Welcome. Put this over here. So, we're back. And yes, I know. You know what? So last time we left off with the queen. The Plutoids. There's a difference between the goddess and the Plutoids, and well, there's no difference about the Plutoids, but there's a difference between me, the goddess, the queen. And everything in between. There's so much that goes on. And I want to share how beautiful her experiences were when she was on the Plutoids. That is the beauty of being on the Plutoids. So, what is the beauty of the Plutoids? Well, I will let you know. There was the planet Loom, and on the planet Loom, there was chaos, in the Queen's opinion, and she left. She said, I don't want to hear these things anymore, even though she kept listening and listening and listening. She listened to many other things, but she didn't want to listen anymore. So she left. And she does that a lot. She likes to run away, go to other places. So the Queen traveled on her little spaceship or whatever, and she left. She went to the planet, a new planet. A planet we don't know of. A planet named Mantra. This planet was bigger than Loom, yet still tiny. This planet was still bigger than Loom, but still very small. This planet used to be covered in snow, and I shared a snip, a little idea of what planet Mantra was like. And planet Mantra was covered in snow. And there lived flowers so beautiful. Oh, and they had fragrance. A fragrance of not roses, but sweet things like cotton candy and ice cream. Very sweet, sweet things that made you taste how sweet the flowers were as you were on the planet. The planet covered in ice, covered in snow, and flowers so beautiful. That is where she liked to go often. Yet, the Queen was very enraged. She had to wear an aluminum dress to try and keep the heat off her chest. Why? Well, because the planet was overtaken by lava. So, she traveled through a black hole. But I will share about the planet and the beautiful story of the flowers. The flowers on Mantra that could sing. The flowers could sing, and they sang many songs about colors and how they love to grow. The flowers had very specific looks. And they even had eyes. The flowers were mostly purple and pink in hue. The colors gleamed and glowed like neon colors, but not so much. But yet still glow, like as if they were illuminated by their own color, like as if they were a light themselves. It was never really nighttime. It was never really daytime on this beautiful planet, Mantra. So the flowers never slept. They napped a few hours. This planet never had seasons. So trees never really dropped any leaves. There weren't any trees actually. The flowers never ever shed a petal or a leaf. They just constantly grew. Planet Mantra had two twin moons, oval moons, circle, oval. Okay. What? Sorry, hold on. Okay, so where was I? The moons. The moons were there. There were two colored moons. One was green and the other was aquamarine. Nothing really lived there except for the flowers and the moons and the stars around. The atmosphere was always dim and the sky was always pink. Aglow, the moon seemed purple from afar, from on top of the planet. As you were on the planet, you can look above, and everything seemed pink, and the moon seemed purple, looked purple. And always, always, the stars were aglow. The flowers never sang about happiness, but they sang about colors and how to grow. The flowers were never sad, so they never sang a sad song. The flowers never danced, they just vibrated with whoever visited. Their eyes, they were very big, and their lashes were always green. There was a favored flower, and the petals of this favored flower was named hibiscusness, and they were soft. The petals had tiny little hairs, like on a human arm, very fluffy. And they always fluffed up when a breeze would pass by them. They were usually pink and in hues of red. None of the flowers had hues of yellow. None of the flowers knew what the color blue really looked like. They only knew pink and red and purple and whatever hues fit into that spectrum. They would share dreams about fires and how they want to see the color blue. They wondered how blue would taste like and how blue would feel. The queen, as kind as she was and is, she would often tell them stories about the color blue and how it felt, how it tasted. Sometimes she shared about how it makes her feel sad or happy, and what it felt like to be happy, what it felt like to be sad. Never ever understanding these emotions, the flowers were always eager to hear the queen speak. Together, the flowers would collectively sing and create hums to make the queen happy. They could see what happiness looked like, though they didn't really understand happiness. You can even say the flowers were always happy. But in a sense, they weren't, because they didn't understand happiness, they didn't understand sadness. They only knew how to sing, they only knew how to grow. And the flowers never complained because they didn't know how to complain. the flowers would only sing and grow and nap. Yet, of course, the queen wanted peace. So when she traveled to one of her most very precious, cherished planets, to this wonderful, beautiful, and mystical planet Mantra, she was amazed to have found the planet covered in lava. There were rivers flowing, moving through paths. As the rivers flowed, she called out to the sky and worshipped with the stars. Yet nothing changed. In peace, she listened to the stillness of the lava as the rivers of lava flowed. She did not cry. She did not get angry. She was only angry that she had to wear an aluminum dress. It was the only thing keeping her from overheating. She traveled and she walked through the planet to find flowers who lived. Then her sadness grew. The flowers were gone. Not a single flower survived the lava. And none of the flowers were there to sing with her or to hum and help her create peace. She sat near a lava river and thought about her next move. What can I do here? So she worshipped again and worshipped with the stars. Nothing changed. As her sadness grew deeper, she no longer could hold in her anger, and she cried. She cried for 3 days and slept for 3 days. She left, and before she left, she engraved into a moment piece of lava rock the word LOVE, love, in memory of how she loved the flowers in this once very icy and cold place. She took a piece of very shiny lava rock and left through a black hole. No one heard from the queen for a very, very, very long time. While she was gone, everyone wondered what she was doing or where she was. The only messages sent to her were messages like, "I miss you." She was gone, and her voice was ever missed. She was gone, and no one knew she was really gone. She was sad. She was alone and missed.